the first week, we shot at Silverstone for the Silverstone race. It was a bit humbling. I was a bit embarrassed, to tell you the truth, a bit shy, just to and you have to let that go, and because we only get like 2 takes to get the scene. By the end, a year and a half later, it just felt like our own backyard, and I mean, the teams and the drivers, everyone opened their doors for us and are a big part of this movie and let us in a way that I would have never expected, and just a experience I will never forget. I mean, this sport is so revered, and there's so many people that are quite knowledgeable about it. And then there's so many people who haven't seen it yet. And to try to thread this needle where we're not dumbing it down to those in the know, but it's an invitation and an explanation for those who have not been around the sport before, was really the most difficult thing of it all, and I think we did a pretty damn good job. Joe Kosinski was so smart, I think, when he had this idea to embed us into the racing season. He first went to 7-time world champion, Sir Lewis, to open the door, to tell us we had endless script meetings when we were developing the story. We would sit for 12 hours for him and go, how about this, how about that? And a lot of his contribution is in our final story. But he was with us even till the end. He could tell us when we were in post, when we're putting the movie together, he'd be like, no, that's 5th gear. You need to be in 6th around here. There's a reverb off this wall, straight off the left side. You need to add that. I mean, his race knowledge is just something off the charts, and we couldn't really have done it without him.
Working on the script for quite some time, so that was 130 pages or something like that, and then going through that, every other couple of weeks, as we made edits along the way for at least a year. And then seeing the first scenes and then going through the editing phase and watching that with Joe was incredible, And Jerry, what a legend, Beverly Hills Cop. There's a guy has done some incredibly iconic movies, but I think Joe and Jerry together really were the perfect pair to bring our sport to the world. And I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm standing on the carpet. You've got Tim Cook to my right. You've got Brad Pitt, who I've grown up like you watching every single movie of Brad's, and he looks freaking great, and he did such an amazing job. So who would have thought we'd have a Formula One movie with Brad Pitt leading it, and we're in Times Square. Incredible.
I got off the phone with my mum earlier. She was like, stay grounded. That's why I'm talking quietly, but really inside I'm screaming. This is such a beautiful moment. We're in New York City. The place is filled with the movie. So blessed. It was the greatest feeling in the world to go from Grand Prix to Grand Prix, to be so intimate with the drivers and the whole of Formula One and the FIA, and for all of them to really welcome us and support us. And once you see this film, you're going to see that it's the most authentic racing movie ever made.
I'm really proud of our cast, proud of our crew. It takes thousands of people, just like a Formula One car. There's all these people behind the scenes. It's the same with a movie. Thousands of people came together to make this film. It was a labor of love, 4 years in the making. So I'm just proud of everyone. It's nice to see a lot of their faces here tonight.
Oh, I'm so thrilled. Look at around us, all the boards with our stuff on it. Thanks to F1 for making this happen. We had a great experience with you, and just can't wait for everybody to see the movie. It's so exciting. Well, you get chills, you really do, and it had tears in my eyes. I was excited, I laughed. It's romantic, it's funny, it's exciting. It's the first time you'll know what it feels like to be in an F1 car. Even the drivers said that when they saw it. They said you get the experience of what it's like to be in a car.
Well, I think we should be all proud. And if you close your eyes and you think that we are here, sometimes you think you're dreaming. But I think that's what we want to see for our sport. To grow, to think big, and that's really magic.
This is a very unique experience. It's pretty amazing, honestly. Yeah, middle of Times Square, shut just for us. So it's cool, it's incredible, it's pretty special to be part of something like this, I'm only in the movie a little bit, but I still get to do all of this and have a cool experience. So yeah, very happy.
I had 10 minutes where I had to act. All the rest is basically the real me and just enjoying having Brad Pitt around, which is quite strange, and just seeing the finished job and seeing the movie was very, very impressive to see how seamless the experience was for us, but how cool the movie looks.
It was a bit surreal, in all honesty. We've all looked up to Brad Pitt and seen his movies when we were younger, and then seeing myself there next to him on the grid at Silverstone, is like, is this real? But it's been amazing to see how sort of involved he's been with the movie, and how much respect he's had for all of us, because he's sort of come into our world, and now we're obviously stepping into his world. So it's been nice, both ways it's gone.
I found that very stressing. Like there's a lot of things going on those garage and in the pits, and there's a lot of attention, there's a lot of tension, there's a lot of focus. But behind all of that, there's a lot of numbers that have to make sense and codes. But behind that, there's a lot of people with lots of strong feelings of empathy for what they're doing, for passion for what they're doing, and also trying to make one team with the same goal.
It means a lot. I mean, I was the character who was really integrated with the others, and everyone, so I was very happy. I miss it already. I'm ready to go back. This is the best I ever tried in my life. It's so passionate. It's filled up with beautiful things.
And so to be a part of this is just, it's all the dreams I've had, like in terms of being a part of a film, fast-paced action, the cameras, the crew. Oh my God, it's just excellence every single way. And to work with Brad Pitt, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, look what they pulled off here. Who would have thought 5 years ago that Formula One is going to have such an impact in New York City, that there's going to be a movie. I think it's great advertising for us. It's accurate and good entertainment.
What was magic, I think, is to be able to share the same weekend, the same track, the same garage, and to do a normal weekend for us, that it was a very good experience. And I think the result is mega, because it's very, very realistic. I think it's a very good journey for the F1.
Well, it's not a documentary, but it's not intended to be. But they've done a really good job authentically capturing what is Formula One. The teamwork aspect that goes into it, the opening scene with, whilst not Formula One racing, I think they did a brilliant job of capturing the essence of what we're doing in that environment. And then as you go on through the film, yeah, of course it's Hollywoodized, but they are capturing the fact that we have to develop these cars at pace to beat our competitors, that it's a brawl out there, frankly, and it is not going to work unless all of your team are pointing the right way. And it's sort of, to me, mirrored a lot of Williams' journey. A lot of it going through, I sort of touched a resonance with me anyway.
Interesting, unique, I haven't done this before. Grid carpet, interesting.
I wish as a kid I would have had the opportunity to watch such a movie, because, as a fan of the sport, I think it's an incredible opportunity for, all the young fans, but all the people behind the sports to really get a glimpse of what it's like to be an F1 driver. And I'm a big Brad Pitt fan myself, so I would have not picked any other actor to play the role. He does it very well, and I think it just displays a lot of great dynamics between teammates, team principle, the management side of things. But I'm sure people are going to love it. I really liked it, and I'm really excited to hear the feedback from the fans.
And in terms of just your role in the movie, in terms of maybe being the bad guy, I guess, in a like, how do you feel about playing that kind of role?
Oh, I don't mind playing bad guys. Every story has to have one, so why not me? Yeah.
Bet you have a bit of fun doing it as well.
Yeah, they have the best lines, I think.
We're here. Do you know what I mean? It's like we finally got here, after following all the races around, after embracing this, and after being embraced by Formula One as well. It's just great that we, that we've made a movie that the world's going to enjoy, and hopefully make Formula One even more relevant than it's ever been. I mean, I grew up with this stuff. We Europeans grew up with this, Actually, before we were doing this movie, I met Lewis Hamilton, and I was sitting down, I just pumped him for information. And he's a great storyteller, so to really let me know what it feels like to be inside those cars, what it really, what it takes to do that. So I think at the end of the day, all I was trying to do is honor that, and do something where the audience would actually go and have a thrill.
It's just amazing, you have to pinch yourself to realize that we are in the middle of New York with the fans presenting a Hollywood movie. If we try to imagine if we had done that 10 years ago, I'm sure the setup would have been very, very different, and it shows how much the sport has grown in the last 10 years. And with a movie like this one, I'm sure we are going to attract the next generation of fans. A full generation of fans is going to join the sport. Maybe not only as fans, but also they will come and work with us. They will come and get closer to the sport. So it's going to be fantastic.
New York City, Times Square. It's a once in a lifetime moment, I guess. And what is great to see is the fans are here, but also the media. If you're looking down the how do you call this red carpet. The red carpet.
She's not red.
It is outstanding, and I think this will turbo boost Formula One into the next generation, which is awesome.
Honestly, I wasn't expecting this. I knew, of course, I wasn't coming to Times Square, but this amount of people, how it's set up, it's amazing. I'm so grateful to be here. Actually, it's incredible. If you look at the Formula One 10 years ago, I don't think you could have imagined this. So, everybody's done, I think, amazing job to put us in this place. We had, the film crew's garage very close to us last year. So we actually worked together on some of the stuff, pit stop sequences, just to make it as realistic as possible. So I think some of our boys feel like they played part of that. So that's pretty cool.
I think it's extraordinary. Whoever thought, the idea that we'd be doing anything like this in the future at all, I don't know. I think it's absolutely extraordinary. I don't want to do any spoilers. It's absolutely fantastic, engaging. What it's going to do for the sport and for promoting the sport is going to be amazing. I think it's going to absolutely hit the right audience.
Yeah, it's incredible to see the amount of support that we get here. The last time I saw this street on a movie is what struck me when I was a kid. It was the Spider-Man swinging there with the green goblet, purchasing him all the way. But, we are here, and I've done a speech in the middle of Times Square, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, really happy to be here tonight. It's something that I didn't think I was going to live in my lifetime of Formula One, but, here we are, and it's beautiful. For sure, the best racing movie of all time. That is very clear. Glad that we had Lewis, as a co-producer of it, because he kept the story real and as close to reality as he could, and that was very important for us drivers. It represents us. F1, the movie. We are all in it, racing, and it really shows the passion for the sport, the intensity there is, how tough it can be, and how rewarding it is once you start performing. So. It's a great movie, and it's awesome that everybody is going to be able to see it.
I thought it was fantastic. I think it was a perfect mix. Me as a driver, a die-hard fan of the sport, I was keeping an eye on every single detail, making sure it was as true to life as possible, and they've done a very good job of that. Brad, I've heard from a very reliable source, was actually a very good driver, a very quick learner, so maybe we'll see him on the grid in a few years.
Yeah, it's pretty special, it's pretty big, right? Yeah, look, I've been in F1 15 years ago, it was pretty different back then when I started, pretty unthinkable. So nice to see, it was fun to see it. I think, people will like it. It's really well done, gives a lot of insights and different angles, again, new angles from behind the scenes, what goes on in our industry. So I think it's fantastic, and look forward to what people are going to say.
Well, it's amazing. We were talking about it, it's just crazy to think there is 10 Formula One cars in Times Square. At this moment of the year, it's just absolutely crazy, and I'm loving it. My first year in Formula One, already living all of these things, seeing all these fans here, and looking forward for tonight and all these people to watch the movie as well at some point.